Welcome to Meaningful Mind.
All actions undertaken by everyone at the physical, mental, and intellectual level are all prompted by, determined by, decided by, governed by, ordered by your own inherent tendencies. Consciously or unconsciously, you will always do the same. Ahankara vimudha. The stupid egocentric entity in us, they misunderstand that I am doing it. Father, mother, and a child about 4 years old going on a trip. It so happened that by the time they reach the last lap of the journey, just before the destination, when it came to that mountain, the cars going in high gear, up. It so happened that he looked at the dashboard and he saw that the petrol is 0. He should have kept quiet. But in that weakness of the mind, the fear fatigue of the mind, he just said, there is no gas. The woman started. I knew that. Last time when I saw the gas station, I knew that. But I thought that you are sensible, you will stop. You did not stop. I knew. I wanted to tell you. But that doesn't bring gas to the tank. But then she goes on teasing. The son looked at her and he saw the reaction in the father. The father is also slightly frightened. The child immediately got up and stood on the seat, put his tiny 2 palms on the dashboard and said, Papa, don't worry, I am pushing. You will not stop. And his jugular veins are coming up because he's sincerely pushing. If you are the father, what will you tell him? Sonny, thank you. Go on pushing. But when you reach the top, I will tell you, and you must stop pushing, or else I will not be able to control the car. The car will be going down, and you are pushing, and I will not be able to control. Boy, he said, okay, Papa, you tell me, until then I will push it. Oh, don't worry, there is no gas, doesn't matter. And the child is doing that. We smile at the ignorance of the child, isn't it? All of you are that child. This vehicle, the body, the mind, and intellect, is running not because you are pushing, it is because of the gas in it, the vasanas in it. Yet, you and I, like the child, think that I am doing it. When you reach your destination, the child dashes out of the car and says, Mama, uncle, do you know? Ask Daddy, if I were not there, we would not have reached. I pushed. The uncle also congratulates the little fellow, and the father admits that, but for my son, I would have been there on the road. He pushed, and both of them smile with their knowledge. The child feels very happy that I brought my daddy here. In the same way, all of you, the sense organs, the mind and intellect are functioning under the impetus of the past. But you identify with it. You assume that I am seeing, I am hearing, I am enjoying, or I am suffering. It is not you. It is a stupid misconception. This is what you call as the ego. This ego is all that you are asked to eliminate and rise above. your misconception. Ahankara vimuthatma. Mutha means fool. Vimutha means in Sanskrit, Visheshena mutha. One who has got a doctorate in stupidity. Visheshena mutha. That stupid man unnecessarily assumes to himself that he is the one who is suffering or he is the one who is enjoying. If only he sits back without that ego, that it is the past that is expressing and exhausting itself. Vimudhatma kartahamiti manyate. They consider that I am the karta, the doer in everything, which is called the ego, the egocentric idea.
When I was reviewing my notes on Bhagavad Gita's chapter 15, one of the first notes from Pujaswami Tejomayananda is that a parent will always be greater than a child. Now we think of this functionally, but perhaps the child is faster, smarter, richer, whatever it may be. But why Pujaswami Tejomayananda shared this? He's trying to train us that as great as the relative is, what is greater is divinity. I know all of you, including me, feel our community is precious. Perhaps the cause of this community is Vivek, but checking that, Vivek is only because of Pujaswami Tejomayananda. Logically, he taught me, so now I'm sharing what he taught me. And Pujaswami Tejomayananda, if there's a cause for him, it would be Pujaswami Chinmayananda. Today is Pujaswami Chinmayananda's Mahasamadhi Aradhana. It is the anniversary of when he chose for his body to die. Today, we reflect on how important a parampara is. From Gurudev to Guruji, in this micro example, to me, to our community. A parampara, when one is associated with this, one naturally nourishes humility. That we are the child, but greater than the child is the parent. And we often share in Sanskrit, Vidya dadati vinaya, that knowledge gives humility, but the reverse is true also. Vinaya dadati vidya. Yesterday, the rad that was posted on social media, the more you respect, the more you realize. Pujaswami Chinmayananda, I'm not going to share would be, but rather is proud of us. Bhagavad Gita's chapter 15 commences with us visualizing the samsara vriksha. Samsara means that which is changing. Vriksha means that which is changing. Shri Krishna is sharing right at the beginning to pay attention to change. There's like a compound effect with this samsara vriksha. Within change, there is change. In verse 1, he describes this samsara vriksha as starting with roots. In this symbolism, that is divinity. Next, branches. That is relativity. Next, leaves. For us, That is our pursuit of success. Here, success is pleasure, possession, position. These leaves make us forget the roots, and that's why we have to focus on special leaves. We have to focus on vidya, paravidya, so that we remember the roots. When you remember the roots, that is remembering divinity. In the earlier chapter, the word was Mayapati, the one who is limitless, not conditioned by limits. In verse 2, Sri Krishna shares about branches again. These branches are not just downward, but upward also. Then Sri Krishna doesn't focus on this, but in this visualization, maybe this is a detail that helps you. Within this tree, there is sap. This sap is the gunas, or the sense of limitation. Then Sri Krishna formally shares there are buds. These buds are objects, sense objects. Because I feel limited, the more articles, being, circumstances I have, then I think I'll feel limitless. These are only objects. And finally, Sri Krishna shares about roots again. He started off sharing roots are from above, but now he's sharing there's roots that are downward also. Anubandhini, this is not bandha, which means bondage. Anubandha, comprehensive bondage. Words like being preoccupied, busy, being stuck. That's what happens when we forget the roots. Forgetting is avidya. Ujjaswami Tejomayananda shared. We get so attached to pleasure, possession, position, articles, being, circumstances, etc., that we feel uncomfortable even when another's idea is shared with us. That's anubandhini. Have you all experienced this? You're in a meeting, you're in a brainstorming session, and someone shares an idea and you feel uncomfortable because it's not your idea. That's why serving one who is a visionary is critical, is pivotal for one's evolution, for one to become independent. I'd shared with all of you that I had a meeting with Swami Advayanandaji about encouraging younger people to be part of the Vedanta course. And then I had shared with all of you to think about how younger people are busy with success, that this is short-term in thinking, and how all of that came up in verses 1 and 2. This morning, somehow I woke up at 3:45, even though my alarm was for 4:30. I don't know why. Minutes later, Vyasa woke up. And I thought to myself, maybe I woke up to make sure I'm ready to comfort him. Maybe he heard something. Then I didn't go back to sleep, and I really wanted for all of you to see and hear Puja Swami Chinmayananda. And this video about the illusion of doership came to me. And that's exactly what is shared in verse 3 also. All of these thoughts, these teachings, they are coming from above, from the original roots. I'll only introduce verse 3. Narupamasyeha tatopalabhyate nanto na chadirna sampratishta ashvattamenam suvirudha moolam asanga shastrena dridhena chitva. Lots to be shared, starting with joy. But here's the most fundamental implication of this verse. This comes in the second quarter. Na adi, we don't know the beginning of this tree. Na anta, we don't know the end of this tree. Na sampratishta, since there's no beginning and there's no end, that also means there's no middle. This tree is an illusion. And when you know this is an illusion, then you don't have fear. No beginning, no middle, no end equals no fear. You're not afraid of a hologram because you know it's a hologram. Try to intensely know this about all facets of this tree, the sense objects, the limits, and so on. From intense inspiration to application. Your application was to get to know the Vedanta course more. This is Chinmay Mission's residential 2-year Vedanta course. And to spread this to those who can apply for this. It is through systematic study of Vedanta, the science of happiness, that one shifts living for the successful leaves to the meaningful leaves. Please note that. If your study is shopping, you listen to some discourses here, you read some books here, that teacher is funny, this teacher is serious, you will always be stuck in the leaves of success. It is the systematic study that helps you to mature to the leaves of meaning. Your application for this morning, Pujaswami Chinmayananda's Mahasamadhi Aradhana, is succinctly shared as Sadhana Day. It is a day for you to check your sadhana. Are you intensely engaged in self-development? If yes, be more intense. If no, be more intense. Check your sadhana today. I offer my prayers to Pujaswami Chinmayananda to continue to grace us and guide us from living for success to living for meaning. Shanti, 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 Be joy.